right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sanusi Not in Life. My name is Adewale Boke Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, I'm going to continue to talk about my favorite superheroes. Up next, Teknoman. Man, this dude, God, I love Teknoman. From the 1990s, it was the original Japanese animation, but then when it came to America, they changed the name, changed the concept, even some of the designs. So, before we get into this podcast, this awesome episode, this Sanusi Vision podcast is brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, I always got my custom orthotics, and I always wear these unique pair of my batas. You know what I'm saying? No more foot pain. I haven't had any foot pain in I'm talking 8 years now. 8 years plus. I don't feel anything anymore. Custom orthotics, even when I'm not wearing these, my feet feel great. This is what happens when you go to Anadel Foot and Ankle. They repair your feet. They make your feet happy again. No more drama. Your feet feels great, and you're able to be pain-free in your foot. So AnadelCenter.com. Make an appointment. Go see Dr. Nero Nusode, the best foot specialist in the world, second to none. So AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. All right, y'all. We're gonna get into this podcast. I stated before, I'm gonna focus on Teknoman. As far as I'm concerned, top 10 greatest superheroes of all time. I did an episode about superheroes, man. Teknoman is just a monster, and I feel like he doesn't get his credit. Just to let you know how much I love Teknoman, check out this t-shirt. As you can see, this is my all-star t-shirt. You see Teknoman right there, man. You know what I mean? That's Teknoman. This is my all-star t-shirt. I felt like I needed to wear it. I got all kinds of characters on here. Mega Man, Iron Man, you name it, Batman, Carjack for Assassin's characters. You know what I mean? Check out Teknoman, y'all. I mean, he's a beast. I mean, dude, this dude is sick. For those of you who don't know Teknoman, if you've never watched Teknoman, from 1990, it was one season, 43 episodes. All the episodes, you can somehow watch it on YouTube. Although I'm waiting for maybe to end up on Hulu or Amazon Prime or Netflix or something. But Teknoman, 1994 to 1996, it was basically one season. It was, 1994 to 1995. One season. The original version was in Japanese, but then when it got to America, which ended up on UPN, which is a channel from back in the day, the English version, and it was a sick old cartoon. Man, it was sick. So let's start off with Teknoman, who Teknoman is. Teknoman is basically a guy named Slade, who's the son of he was like an explorer. So they got on this ship called the Argos. Him, his brother Kane, his twin brother Kane, their older brother Gunner, who turns out to be Gunner, and then their sister Shara. They go with their father to explore the vast regions of space. And sure enough, these things called the Venomoids, who are led by Lord Darkon, created by Lord Darkon, capture them, turn them into like slaves, basically. Not slaves, but techno slaves, where they put them in these pods that basically took their bodies and immersed it with techno-organic technology, turned them into these Teknomen. And each Teknoman had a different name. So Teknoman Slade is the one we know as Teknoman. Then you have Teknoman Kane, you have Teknoman Gunner, you have Teknoman Shara. You know what I mean? So they're all different Teknomen. And so they go into these pods, and some survive, some don't. Some don't make it. And then the funny thing is, as the integration of the technology was going into their bodies, Teknoman Slade's technology hadn't been complete yet. All of a sudden, he breaks out the pod. And he breaks out the pod because his father, who is going to eventually pass, breaks him out because he realizes that these Venomoids are killers. They're coming to invade Earth. So what does he do? He breaks out Slade, puts him in a shipping pod, and ships him off to Earth. Now, Slade, meanwhile, is getting shipped to Earth. He doesn't even know what's going on, right? And meanwhile, his sister, Shara, his brother, Kane, my computer's about to go to sleep, are all like still in this hypnosis. And they wake up. Next thing you know, they're waking up to like, what the hell is going on here? And so Slade is getting shot off to the Earth. He doesn't know he's getting shot off to the Earth. He lands on Earth. All of a sudden, him and his brother and sister are separated. He's over here like in the middle of space, not knowing where the hell he's going. All of a sudden, he ends up on the space ring before he finally makes his final touchdown to Earth. And he's like, what the hell is going on here? So all he knows is that his father told him these Venomoids are evil. You got to fight them with everything you got. And that's exactly what he does. So Teknoman, from having no kind of abilities other than the space training he had, to now he's a superhero. I mean, you can imagine a shock to your body, just like what is going on. Every time he would transform, it would feel good and hurt at the same time. If you ever watched Teknoman, all 43 episodes, the first 7 episodes really tells you about Teknoman, all the way from a friend or foe, which is episode 1, to Technobot, when the crystal breaks. It's actually episode 6 is when the crystal breaks. And the crystal breaks when he fights Gunner, because Gunner creates this insane technology, which is another technology just shatters his crystal. Then all of a sudden he's stuck he can't transform into Teknoman. So when he lands on Earth, back to the story. So his origin lands on in the ship called the Argos. The Argos gets captured by the Venomoids, as I told y'all. Lord Darkon turns them into all these Teknomen because he needs an army to lead his Venomoids army to lead them, and he creates Teknoman. And all these Teknomen, the only ones that last are Slade, Cain, Abel, and their sister Shara. And of course their father passes right there. He doesn't even survive the Teknoman transformation part thing. He dies right there at the spot once he frees Slade. Then all of a sudden Slade is off to Earth. He's off to Earth, and now all of a sudden he's got to fight these Venomoids. He lands on the space ring. First of all, he transforms into Teknoman. He doesn't even know how he transforms into Teknoman. He just becomes Teknoman. And then all of a sudden he's fighting the Venomoids, and man, he is giving them the work, man. I mean, Teknoman, his origins is like very, very simple. But then his history is like everything we don't know. And as we watch the episodes, we get to see that one, he was supposed to just be like a scientist, which he ends up abandoning. He just has to become this superhero. And then also his history is he's got his brother Cain, his sister Shara, and of course their father. You know what I mean? No history is told about their mother. But I'm sure from what I gather from the episodes, their mother had died early in their lives, right? So they get into space. Their father's taking them off on this ship, the Argos. They get captured by the Venoms, like I told y'all. They're coming back from he's coming back to Earth, not realizing like what the hell is going on. So he loses his origin. Is really, he doesn't know his history. It's kind of like a Wolverine effect right there, where he just can't remember what happened to him in the past. He makes it back to Earth, and they're trying to help him out, and he's trying to put the pieces together. But the only thing he knows for sure is he's got to fight the Venomoids. That's the only thing he knows for sure. Then as he's going, he's kicking the Venomoids' asses, man. He's giving them work. I mean, he's just giving them work, man. He lands on Earth. He meets the Space Knights. The Space Knights are led by Commander Jameson. You got Ringo. You got Star. You got Mac. You got Molly. Mac and Molly are the ones who help him build the Technobot, which is how he gets his powers back, which I'm going to get to later. But Mac and Molly help him build the Technobot. He joins the Space Knights, with not so much voluntarily, but like involuntarily, because he needs them to get back to the space ring so he can fight the Venomoids, which is what you see in the first episode of Friend or Foe. If you've never watched Teknoman, please go watch it. It is one of the greatest cartoons ever made. Like, they don't make stuff like this anymore. And what really drew me to Teknoman is I'm a big Japanese anime fan guy. But this right here just put on a whole different level, man. As I stated before, many people that saw my art, a lot of my cards of Assassin Jones like, dude, you draw Japanese style. And I myself did not know I draw Japanese style. My computer's trying to go to sleep again. And so I'm watching Teknoman. I'm like, this stuff is sick, man. The origins of this guy is just incredible. He's like, I am so shocked this is in a movie. But I'm also not shocked it's not a movie, because Hollywood is known for being stupid. Whenever there's a great idea, they'd rather go make something that's already been made, so they don't have to worry about marketing it and growing it and do something original. They don't have to keep doing the same remakes of the same BS. Man, don't let me come up with my billions. I'll make Teknoman. I'll find a good actor to play Teknoman, because it's just one of the sickest cartoons I've ever seen. It's just straight fire, man. So, you know, that's the origins of Teknoman right there. It comes from, he joins the Space Knight. Now, all of a sudden, with the Space Knights, he's fighting Lord Darkon and the Venomoids. And every time there's an invasion, and the invasion is mostly, that's been happening, is mostly at first wave is the spider crabs. But also, of course, he sends his first evil Teknoman, Gunner. You know what I'm saying? And Slade kicks his butt, hits him with the Techno Bolt. And from episode 1 through episode 7, he's fighting Gunner the entire time. And then in episode 6, Gunner shadows his crystal, which is where I'm getting to now, as you know about how his crystal shadows. So then the Space Knights have to figure out, how are we going to fight the Venomoids? How are we going to fight the Venomoids if Slade, who is Teknoman, doesn't have his techno powers? So they built this thing called the Technobot, aka Pegasus, right? So Mac and Marley used the technology of the Techno Crystal to create the transformation sequence. Basically, shall I say, sounds so nerdy right there. God, I love Teknoman. You can see the energy in my voice. And so while Teknoman is over there not being able to do nothing, just over there anxious like a mug, waiting for Mac and Marley to rebuild this techno, to find a way to turn him to Teknoman. So instead of actually creating the crystal, they take the crystal and put it inside the Technobot. So then the Technobot acts as the activation of the Techno Crystal, which allows him to transform into Teknoman. So then in episode 7, Teknoman, so we got Slade, Star, and Ringo go to space. And then they get to space, and guess who's waiting for them? Gunner. So now it's round 2, because Gunner's about to give him that work again. But what Gunner don't know is, he's like, how the hell you transform back into Teknoman? And said, oh, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden he transforms into Teknoman. And to be honest with y'all, the Teknoman transformation, I think, is cooler in the Technobot. Not just, of course, in the crystal it just says Techno Power, but then in the Pegasus, in Pegasus was aka the Technobot, he has to say Technobat power on. It gives it like, you know what I mean, to robotics. So I just feel like I've always felt like the Technobot transformation is way cooler than the crystal transformation. And also too, Technoman transformation is the second sickest transformation I've ever seen aside from Iron Man, from the Iron Man movie. Like the Iron Man movie is the greatest Technoman transformation I've ever seen. But then the Technoman transformation, especially the Technobot, is the second greatest transformation I've ever seen. Of course, aside from the Card of Assassins one, which when I drop it, you're gonna be like, oh my god, OMG. I even put a sicko beat to it. That's how sick that transformation is gonna be. But back to Technoman. You know what I mean? Technoman, sickest transformation. Makamali built the Technobot, and all of a sudden Technoman goes assault on Gunner and takes his ass out. But guess who's waiting for him after he takes out Gunner? His twin brother, Kane, aka Saber. And Saber is the exact duplicate of Technoman, except he's got this black armor, black and red armor. Man, Saber be giving Technoman work. I mean, whooping his you know what, man. I mean, they got the same kind of things, except, you know, Technoman has a Technobot, but Kane has this thing like a flying, I don't know what to call it, like a flying giant I-beam or something with like a robotic body. It's just off the chain. I mean, Saber is evil to the point where he beats up on Ringo, who finally gets his own battle suit. He kicks his ass so bad that Technoman has to come out and fight him. And then he also hurts his sister Shara. So Kane tries to kill his own sister too. Kane just don't give a damn. He's basically Doc Ock's general. I'm talking about the armored, ready to go, breaking off everybody, man. I mean, that's the cool thing about Technoman. Now, let's get into the powers of Technoman. Technoman's powers include, of course, his armor, the Techno Lance, the Techno Bolt. He also has this thing called Techno Battle Mode, which basically allows him to turn into this Phoenix aura where he just turns into this beam energy and just cuts through everything. There was this episode, actually on episode 1, Friend or Foe. He says Techno Battle Mode. Then all of a sudden he transforms, turns to this Phoenix, like his armor is shifting, like you can see the movements in his armor. Then once everything gets locked up, he turns into this Phoenix thing and he just firing through all the spider crabs. I mean, I'm talking about thousands of them, just cutting through them left and right, destroying everything, and then he lands on space, and then his eye just glows green, and just like, that's the cool thing about Technoman. It was always one eye that would turn green. You're like, this is some scary stuff right here. Technoman was both a superhero and he was anti-hero. So he's got the Techno Lance, he's got the Cajun Bolt, he's got Pegasus, which is part of his weaponry. He's got I already said the Techno Lance. He's got all kinds of missiles on his shoulder, and then he's got fighting abilities. So this Technobot, this Techno armor isn't limiting his movement. I think that's one of the biggest advantages that Technoman has always had over Iron Man, like his movement ability. Like he can, servos is what allows Iron Man to move, but Technoman, the armor is literally slayed. It comes from him. It's attached to his skin, literally. So when I was creating Cajun, part of the Card of Assassins universe, Iron Man, Blade, Technoman, those are the three cats that really made up Cajun to make him become what he is. Because Technoman had those lances, you know what I'm saying? He could split it up, and then he could just whoop your ass, man. I mean, God, Technoman off the chain, man. I mean, he has some of the coolest powers, and he's a human who becomes a superhuman. So he's literally, the armor is part of him. It's not on him, it's part of him. That's the difference between Iron Man and Technoman. Iron Man's armor is on Iron Man, on Tony Stark, whereas Slade's armor is actually part of him. That's what made Technoman so great, man. I mean, just this ability to do multiple things, and they can fight in space. He didn't need air. His armor comes with air. His armor can sustain itself in any atmosphere, whether it's space, deep space, Earth's gravity, near Earth's gravity, even when he's on the Earth's ring, which is part of the Earth Space Alliance Force, which was built by all the alliances of the Earth. And of course, you had this guy named General Galt, who spent the entire season, the entire episode, Technoman season episodes, trying to get that armor, trying to get the secret to replicate it, and he could never replicate it. I mean, it was off the chain, man. His powers are very, very technological. Like, they're very advanced. Like, it's hard to say this, but they might be they're more scientific than Iron Man stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're not earthly, because they're created by a being that's not of Earth. You know what I mean? Darkon is not from Earth. He's an evil villainous trying to conquer the cosmos. I mean, this guy's conquered many parts of the galaxies, and he's like, Earth galaxy is the next part. But he ain't know Slade was waiting for his butt. You know what I mean? Slade gave him that work, man. So next up is the animation. Oh God, I've talked about this at the beginning of this podcast, but Teknoman animation. Yeah, look, I gotta show y'all Teknoman again, God, because he is so sick. Yeah, y'all, it took me a good minute to draw that one. That was a long drawing. It took a long time. God, that pose took a minute. You know what I mean? But Teknoman Slade, Teknoman is all that in the bag of chips. So what I'm going to show y'all is the cartoon intro first and foremost. Then I'm going to show you Pegasus in transforming into the Technobot battle mode. Then I'm going to show you him transforming into the Technobot. Then I'm also going to show you him transforming using the Techno Crystal. So let's start off with the animation intro. Let's make sure we can get this Joker right, man. Oh yeah. Okay, hold up, y'all. Oh yeah, I lucked out. You know, when you're using, I love my YouTube channel, so it really helps me a lot.
At the end of the 21st century, the Earth was invaded by a horde of mutant fighter crafts under the control of the Venomoid warlord, Darkon. When I descend upon the Earth, darkness will unfurl its banner across yet another region of the cosmos. Even the heroic men and women of the space knights cannot defend the Earth without the help of a mysterious young man named Slade, who has the ability to transform into the superhero known as Teknoman.
Now that's that intro right there, y'all. That's that intro right there. Oh my God, Teknoman. I get hyped whenever I talk about Teknoman. Teknoman is that dude. Now I'm gonna show y'all the first Technobot transformation. When he transforms using the Technobot, it's off the chain.
Nice work, Slade.
Okay, y'all. This is me trying to find it. I'm trying to find it on my YouTube channel. Maintaining some professionalism up in here. It's a 2-for-1 right here. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. Y'all don't know y'all about to know what's up.
And the same to you, buddy.
Teknobot, power on! Open interlock chamber. Here it goes. Initiating launching. Teknobot away.
By using the Technobot's interlock chamber to amplify the power of the shattered crystal, Slade is able once again to undergo his amazing metamorphosis. His human body is endowed with impenetrable armor, quantum energy weapons, and superhuman powers, transforming him into the superhero known as Teknoman.
Release interlock chamber.
Techno Battle Mode!
All right, Gunner, let's play ball.
No, it can't be. You're a Technoman again, but how? Your crystal was shattered.
Amazing what they can do with shattered crystals nowadays, isn't it? Love to stop and play with your crab cakes, but I've got bigger fish to fry.
Very well then. Technoman against Technoman. A battle to the finish.
You got that right.
What are you doing?
You know what time it is, Gunner?
No, what time is it?
Time to say goodbye.
Techno Power Blaster! I'll get this one in.
So long, Gunner. Nice work,
Y'all.
Thanks, Ringo.
Now that's Teknoman right there. That's the first time we use the Technobot transformation. I told y'all that Technobot transformation is off the chain. Now I'm gonna show you the last transformation where he uses the Techno Crystal. Man, I mean both are sick, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Man, there's nothing like that Techno Crystal. There's nothing like that Teknoman transformation, man. That thing fire, y'all. All right, so here, look. I'm gonna show you the original Teknoman intro. Then I'm gonna show y'all. Here we go.
At the end of the 21st century, the Earth was invaded by a horde of mutant spider crabs under the control of the Venomoid warlord, Darkon. When I descend upon the Earth, darkness will unfurl its banner across yet another region of the cosmos. Even the heroic men and women of the Space Knights cannot defend the Earth without the help of a mysterious young man named Slade, who has the ability to transform into the superhero known as Teknoman. Saga of Teknoman.
Cut off all circuits to the aft section and to the main airlock. Who knows what he'll do? Roger.
All right, y'all. So what I'm going to show you right now is transformation using the original transformation, the Techno Crystal. I mean, the Techno Crystal. That's sick too, but it just ain't the tech. It's still sick too, y'all. Here we go.
Emerald Techno Crystal, which calls upon the universal forces of time and space. Slade is endowed with impenetrable armor, quantum energy weapons, and superhuman powers, transforming him into the superhero known as Teknoman.
Wow, did you see that?
Yeah, but we're still in trouble. Who's space sick now, Ringo?
Amazing!
You said it.
Transforming to Techno Battle Mode!
Yeah. Oh yeah. Before I forget, look, I almost good with that. Let me show it to y'all. This is the part y'all need to see.
What I want to know is, what is it?
To be continued.
Yeah. Y'all, Teknoman, that transformation, remember I told you about the Phoenix transformation where it goes Techno Battle Mode and then the thing just sends it to like Phoenix? That's what's up right there, man. God, Teknoman is off the chain. The only thing missing right now is me having a Teknoman t-shirt. But don't worry, I'm about to rectify that situation, you know what I mean? I make the t-shirts, damn it. Let's make me a Teknoman t-shirt. Y'all, if you've never seen Teknoman, please go watch it on your YouTube channel. Oh my God. 43 episodes of total awesomeness. Like, they don't make cartoons like that no more, man. Like, it's just so sick. Man, Teknoman off the chain. Like, oh my God, Teknoman just, one of the greatest superheroes ever. I still can't believe a movie hasn't made of this guy. Like, you got so many great cartoons that should be movies, man, but Hopefully somebody gets their head up their ass. And you know what? Don't get your head up your ass. I'm gonna come up on my money and I'll make Teknoman movie. God, Teknoman, he inspired so much of my Cardiac Assassin universe, especially Cajun and Sanusi. That armor, man. That armor just, I was like, I gotta build something like where it's a cross between Blade, Iron Man, and Teknoman. I mean, all three cats. And of course, Leonardo, my favorite turtle. I was like, I'm gonna put all four in one person. And that's how you get Cajun right there. You see Cajun right there? That's how he gets his armor like that. It's like, I love Teknoman as a kid, and I still love it as a grown man. So Teknoman today, man, we talked about the origins of Teknoman, his power, his history, his powers, and animation. I don't know of any comics, because I remember when I first got to it, the original Teknoman was made in 1993 in Japan. But then when they got to America, it was 1994, 1995. So all I really got to see was animation, which is all I cared about anyway. I love comics, but not as much as I love animation, you know what I mean? So that's our show for today. Teknoman, another superhero on the list. I got more superheroes to come down the pipeline, but you know, that's Teknoman today. So I want to thank you for listening. But before we get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? We always got to talk about the new stuff we got. The two new things, phone cases. I feel like I need to advertise, talk about this more. Custom phone cases. That's the phone cases right here. Just solid plastic. You can drop it anywhere. I've dropped this phone case ridiculous amount of times. You get them in any kind of character, you know what I mean? Different designs, you know what I mean? This is the first one ever. So, you know, I wrote a note to myself, you know what I mean? I got to keep the first one official. But you got them in Cardiac Assassins, the classic Cardiac Assassins. You got classic Cardiac Assassins version 5, Iron Man, Batman, Blade, Voltron, Black Panther, Mega Man, Wonder Woman, Turtles. Anything you see on this banner right here, I got it available for these phone cases, man. So phone cases available. Custom phone cases. You ain't going to see nothing like this anywhere else, man. Everything we do is custom, y'all. Then, of course, the phone flip cases. Not to mention it's got a thing that keeps the phone intact. Look at the art of this Joker, man. I mean, it's sick as hell. Look at this. Full-fledged art all over the place. You know what I mean? And then let's flip it around so you can see the inside, right? Of course, your phone goes over here. If you got credit cards, debit cards, all kinds of stuff, just money, then you got a spot for personal belongings right there. This thing is sick, man. Then just so it never opens, we got the string. Look at this. Now it's sealed shut. It ain't opening. You know what I mean? So custom phone flip cases. Custom phone cases available now on SoundVision.com. Of course, the t-shirt that I got on, all available on SoundVision.com. What can I tell you? You name it, we got it. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing on SoundVision.com. You gotta go get our cool stuff and check it out, man. We doing all kinds of cool stuff. And just to let y'all know, the Teknoman that I showed y'all today, whether it's apparel, bomber jacket, footwear, beanies, you name it. I got Teknoman on our website on SoundVision.com. Go get it. Go get something, man. And if you've never seen Teknoman, please go watch it. Please go watch it. Please go watch it on YouTube. It is free. If you have a YouTube channel, just pop in youtube.com and you type in Teknoman from episode 1 all the way to 43. It might come through different subscribers that are posting videos, but you're going to be able to watch the whole thing because it's the sickest thing you've ever seen, man. Then also, too, can't forget, our Cardiac Assassins bio book available on SoundVision.com. You want to get this book because it's going to lead you to the first official Cardiac Assassins comic book that's coming out. It is spitfire, y'all. I'm going through correction phases right now. Oh my God, I am so proud of this creation. You're looking at version 5 right here, but version 6, oh Lord have mercy. And I'm also working on the new animation. The more knowledge you acquire, the more you can do. You know, I'm a very independent artist. I don't sit there waiting for anybody to do me any favors. I'm not wanting to get a job at Marvel or DC or wherever. I don't want to work for them, none of them people. I want to work for myself. I want to do this dream for myself because they don't have the vision that I have for what I've created. It's my creation. Not to mention, I own the trademark. I own the copyrights. All the different things that a lot of artists don't do, I do. So, Cardiac Assassins, and just to let you take a sneak peek at it, the bio book, man, available on SoundVision.com. Look at the Carjacks over here, just kicking butt. Then, of course, the Assassins. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sanusi Artillery, Sanusi Artillery, Kanji Revo, Excursion, Snipes, Yukon, of course, the Coyotes. And we got to come back to the Carjacks. You know what I'm saying? Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Cynthia, Shepard, Diesel. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Sphinx. Can't forget Sphinx, part of the Carjacks also too. And you also can't forget Seth from the Assassins, you know what I mean? So, yo, Cardiac Assassins bio book available now on SoundVision.com because once you get this book, it'll let you know what's coming through when the first official Cardiac Assassins combo comes out, man. So that's our show for today, y'all. I want to thank you for listening. This podcast episode has been awesome because I was so jacked up talking about Teknoman. I love Teknoman. I've been waiting a long time to get to this episode, y'all. I want to thank you for listening. This podcast is produced, written and directed by yours truly, Adewale Jr., me. Please check out our website at SoundVision.com for all the cool stuff. From phone flip cases, to phone cases, to beanies, t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? We even got hoodies, custom hoodies. You know what I'm saying? We got them different types of hoodies. Cardiac Assassins right here, the classic Cardiac Assassin hoodie. but you can get in different characters that you want. You will never see a hoodie like this. Look at this, all this art on the hood head, and then even check it on the inside of the hoodie. And it's art all over the place. I mean, we just got this thing dripped up and dripped out. You know what I mean? So, sunvision.com, and we got all kinds of cool stuff. Not to mention posters, canvas art. Now we got greeting cards, so you got to check that out. You definitely got to check that out. You know what I mean? So, all kinds of cool stuff, man. And please, subscribe to our podcast, which is now available on our YouTube channel. That's strictly where I got it now. YouTube and our Facebook pages. Cards for Assassins page, Sanusi Vision page, my page, Adewale Booker Jr. page. You know what I'm saying? I even got it. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got. We got a Batas page, and we got it on the Asha page. You know what I'm saying? It's where people are visual. We're a visual society. I don't care what part of the world it is. We prefer visual over audio. That's just a fact. But with my YouTube and my Facebook page, I can give you both. You can see me and hear me. So you know what I'm saying? Podcast, check it out. You're gonna love it. You know what I mean? The episode is popping on there, man. You know what I mean? And then don't forget our social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all at Sanusi Vision. I'm gonna stress it again. If you're an artist and you ain't got no social media platform, you are so far behind, it's not even funny. You can literally run your business on social media. And if you get big enough, these different platforms will pay you. They will pay you because you have so much streaming going on there. So you got to do the damn thing. I'm not there to talk to people. I'm not there to meet nobody. I just want to promote my brand, my art, and take it to the highest level. My art and my animation and my apparel, footwear, and all this cool stuff I'm doing, and my podcast. You know what I mean? So that's where it's at, man. You know what I mean? And please don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.